Welcome out, everyone. It's EG Live. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. I'm joined by my partner in crime, one of my best friends, my worst enemy, Cyrus Martin. How you doing?
I'm good. I have a terrible crick in my neck. It has really bothered me.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Yeah, it's been all week. It's been getting worse.
Yeesh.
Not
So
sleeping.
you're just sleeping on it? I was going to say, you're sleeping on it wrong, or?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fair enough. Of course, at our age, you can sleep on it right and it still be messed up, So
yes.
Well, this week we do have some interesting stories to talk about, and I just remember I forgot to load something up, but all right, we'll get to it here in a minute anyway. So, but it'll be fine. I guess let's go ahead and jump right into the fall winter. Oh, that's right, it's done.
Thank God.
No game. No game until we get to this summer, which there's some interesting looking stuff coming out this summer. And we're going to talk about that later on. Yeah, I'm wondering on your opinion. I wonder if some stuff is flipped around here, but we'll get to that here in a second. So, all right, so let's take a look here. Our first story up, we actually have an update on the Netflix / Warner Brothers thing. So essentially, what's happened was the only change that's happened is Netflix came back, or Netflix reported an 18% year over year growth this last year. So like their stock has gone up at like 18%, year over year. And so they went back to Warner Brothers and said, hey, we're not offering any more money. We're offering you all cash, like just all cash, just literally just take that money and run. And, because that was kind of what Paramount was trying to offer. Of course, they couldn't get all the money together. And so they're just like, hey, let's just sweeten it a little bit instead of, if you want the stock, okay. But if you just want to take the money and run, here you go. So yeah, from everything that I've heard, it's still like 100%, like Warner Brothers is still 100% behind this deal. But Discovery's still throwing everything they can think of at it, but they're not making any headway. So I guess Netflix will end up owning Harry Potter and DC and all that other stuff. So
Harry Potter.
That should be interesting. I wonder if they're going to continue on with this reboot Harry Potter series they're doing. I mean, I would assume so. It seems like a lot of people seem to be pretty interested in it, but
did you see that Saturday Night Live Harry Potter thing with the
No, I didn't.
kids from Stranger Things?
Okay, I'll have to go watch that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I'll have to go watch that.
Maybe not what you're thinking.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go take a look. Let's see here. Next up is an update on RAMageddon. So no real news here, but I thought, you know what? Let's just kind of track this. So I've got one particular pair of Corsair. Now, granted, yes, this is a little bit more expensive. This is the Corsair Vengeance, which is like one of their higher end, sticks of RAM. It's also got the RGB lights on it. So, we're talking, a higher end, not just your normal, slot of RAM. Back in October 25th, 2 sticks of 16 gigs for a total of 32 went for $119. It's currently on Amazon for $438. It actually topped out a little bit ago in December at $510. So it's actually come down a little bit, but not by much. It's still like almost 4 times as much as it was originally, Yeah, like I was just going to keep tracking it. Of course, some of our stories tonight may actually have a big impact on that. There might be it might be a couple years out, but there might actually be a light at the end of that tunnel. So we'll see. So our first actual story tonight, Nintendo stock sinks in Japan. Nintendo stock in Japan has fallen 33% in 5 months. Consultants point to potential Switch 2 price hike because they did raise remember we had a story about that. We talked about how they raised the price on the Switch 1, but not the Switch 2. And apparently a lot of people are just like, it's coming. We're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like a Switch 2 price hike is coming. And then the other thing they pointed out is the fact that they feel like the first party games are underwhelming. It's still like Donkey Kong and Mario Kart, right?
Metroid.
Oh, and Metroid's come out, yeah. But Metroid's also available on the Switch 1, isn't it?
Yes, that's true.
So that wouldn't even be a first party exclusive. So yeah, like Japan is not really happy with how Nintendo is handling their business and acting accordingly. So
it's funny because YouTubers every week the headline that a lot of YouTubers it'll be like Nintendo's in trouble and da 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 da. And then the next week, it's the fastest selling console of all time. It's amazing. Everything's going amazing for Switch 2. It couldn't possibly be going better. This is and then the next week, there's a possible price hike coming. We're all concerned. What's going on? There's crazy things in the future. We don't know what's going on with Switch 2. Next week, oh my God, the best games ever. They're all on Switch 2. Like it's so schizophrenic on the internet with people talking about this console. So bizarre.
Yeah, that is crazy. The stocks surged after the Switch 2 was released. So, I mean, like when it dropped, the stocks did go up for Nintendo. They were up to 14,795 yen in August. But when just a few days ago, when they closed in January, they were down to 9,950 yen per stock. Another thing that they brought out that a lot of people were blaming, they were just like, hey, where's like the Christmas sales? Like you didn't do any Christmas sales like you did. Like I remember getting, emails from Nintendo saying, hey, there are games that are on sale, but apparently they didn't put the controllers, the consoles, they didn't put anything on sale. And they're just like, what the hell's going on? Like, cause like but I think I know Sony did. Sony dropped the prices for, their consoles over Christmas. I thought I heard that Microsoft didn't really do that either. Or maybe they did, but it really wasn't a big, wasn't a big cut.
Microsoft already jacked up the prices on all their stuff. I think there was like one retailer that was offering the previous price for a little while. Like it wasn't really a sale. It was just like what it used to cost. It was that for like a week or something like that.
Lovely. Yeah, I was just like, when I saw this, I was like, okay, we're going to talk about this because, it's one thing for us as gamers to bitch and complain that we don't like what Nintendo is doing. But when you start hitting their bottom line, they're going to start paying attention. Now, the question is what direction are they going to decide to go? Are they going to be like, oh, maybe we should lower the price. Maybe we should be taunting, hey, we've got really big games coming out and they're coming soon. And like doing something that would be an olive branch. Or are they just going to keep their heads buried in the sand and keep doing what they're doing? So, or do something even worse. Be like, no, we're not jacking up the price of the Switch 2, but the price of Nintendo Online just went up and, some bullshit like that.
I saw that there was some game. I don't know what the game was. I'm sorry, I don't remember if it was a Pokemon game or Animal Crossing, something that I don't care about. Was they were showing off this game on Switch 2, and the picture that they used for their little Twitter ad, it was poorly photoshopped on top of the Switch 2, so it made it look like the screen was bigger than it actually is because it ate up more of the bezel or whatever. So people went crazy coming up with all these theories that they're about to release an OLED Switch 2. Oh my God, new Switch 2 model on the horizon. Time to put out videos and we got to get on top. I got to be first to be, to have the story that the new Switch 2, the OLED Switch 2 is coming. And it was just a crappy Photoshop job. It wasn't, there's absolutely no announcement of any kind. Nintendo hasn't said anything about making another model Switch 2. You're right. The actual reality is they're probably going to be raising the price. That's probably happening very soon. Oh, PJ's here.
Yeah, PJ's here. I put his comment up there. Your question, PJ, are stocks sinking in Japan, maybe? Not according to this, it's not. According to this, the stock market in Japan is on a rise. Of course, it's got some down areas here, but overall, stocks in Japan are on the upswing. So that is a good theory, though. That's actually a really good question to ask. Is it everyone in Japan is having an issue? But that doesn't really appear to be the case. It looks like things are up on the general stock market in Japan. So I don't think that's the issue. I think Nintendo's just they're not handling their business.
So maybe it's just that Japan itself is sinking. It is an island. These things do happen. Godzilla weighs a lot, and
true.
It's just a matter of time if you really think about it. The math adds up. I mean, what are they gonna do? And Nintendo, God bless them, is taking the hit for the whole of the country. So thank you, Nintendo, for taking the hit so that the rest of Japan's stocks could soar while you fight this terrible, terrible situation with the island sinking into the ocean.
I guess that's one way to look at it. Did Bane do something at the exchange? I don't remember seeing anything in the news about that. I would have thought we would have seen something, but the media, right?
There's no money here. Then why are you here?
I need to go back and rewatch that movie.
I love that movie, dude. I love that movie.
The ending on it is not great, but it's just such a fucking fun ride.
It's fine. It's fine.
So I think the problem is it's nothing could have lived up to the second one. That was just
one of my friends. One of my friends hates those movies. And it's not because they're bad movies. Literally, the only reason he hates them is because they pronounce Ra's al Ghul instead of Ra's al Ghul. And he's like super DC nerd. So he's like, man, F that. F Christopher Nolan. He can't pronounce Ra's al Ghul. I'm like, that dude, calm down. That you hate all three movies because of that? Yeah. I'm like, okay. All right. Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I get it. It's crazy whenever someone in a movie or something mispronounces something that should be fairly well known by this point. Yeah.
I'm like, who cares? I don't know. This is the problem that we have as nerds on the internet, Eugene, is we get really caught up in what we think is important because for some reason we get fixated on things, we should just all be happy for Nintendo. Instead, we're all hung up on their stock value being dropped by 30%. What's wrong with us? This is not a Nintendo problem. This is a nerd problem.
Well, okay, but they're also not treating us correctly. It would be one thing if Nintendo was like, hey, here's all the games you could ever want. And we made a console that's like a huge step forward. And it's not the same price as the other consoles that are actually a huge step forward. And I
don't know what you want because they give you GameCube emulation on Switch 2.
No, I pay for GameCube emulation on Switch 2.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, dude.
Yeah. And, what's weird about the Switch 2 is there's games that aren't compatible. There's some Switch games that don't work on the Switch 2. Like Luke was telling me the Turok games.
Yeah. He did a video on it. I was watching it. That's it. That is crazy.
Yeah. Why is that? Why would that be the case? I don't know. Very strange. I think it's on purpose.
Stock, well, it's PJ said a 30% stock drop helps the end user, makes them focus on they are releasing and not lollygagging crap. That's what we're hoping. We're hoping this is going to be them going, hey, maybe we need to fix, right the ship, fix some stuff. So, but we'll see.
I think it's Nintendo deliberately lowering their own stock price to gain sympathy from the audience so that we feel bad for Nintendo, so we stop talking so much shit about them. I think this is
boy, that's not working out for them because there's a lot of people online going, It literally, it's the married couple at the end of What About Bob, when the house blows up and they're out there in the boat and they're like, burn.
Look, here's the thing with Nintendo. We all love Nintendo games. You know, maybe not every Nintendo game, but we love Nintendo games as a general rule, you know, that they do something very special. They do. And yes. And that's why it's disappointing to us in a magnified way when they make decisions that seem to be anti-consumer. And I'm not the kind of guy who goes around using the word anti-consumer all the time, but in the case of what Nintendo has done this generation, they have made decisions that are not friendly to their own consumers. And it's if it was one or two things, it would be like, okay, but it's just like one thing after another. It's not a surprise their stock is down because the investors are concerned. They're concerned about what Nintendo's plan is, you know, and how, like, yes, look, let's just say we're all expecting the Switch 2 price to increase, right? But we all probably can all agree that the Switch 2 is already too expensive, right?
Yes.
And why is that system $500? Like, why? It's strange. It's nobody thought it was going to be that high. Nobody did. Like,
no, everyone was like, yeah, all the hypotheses were like maybe 350, maybe 350.
Right, yeah. When it was about to get announced, the big YouTubers who talk Nintendo were all speculating on what the price, and I didn't hear a single one of them go to 500. The max I heard in the like worst case scenario, there's like maybe 450, maybe. And it's like 500. I mean, of course, that's the model that you get the game with. It actually is 450 if you get the one that doesn't come with the game, right?
Yeah, but the games are $60 a piece. Like if you're going to get a Nintendo Switch 2 game, you're still going to be spending over $500.
I think they're $80 a piece, Eugene. I don't think they're 60. The Nintendo ones.
Fair enough.
It's like I said, there's been a lot of interesting decisions by Nintendo this past couple of years, especially this year. Yeah. I mean, I thought about getting a Switch 2, and my plan was to get a Switch 2 until everything sort of unfolded. And then I was like, and then I thought about it again, and I just can't do it. I can't. I mean, I buy stupid shit, and I'm not buying a Switch 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. You know,
we were both wrong. It's 70. It's right now on Amazon. It's $69.99. So right there, right smack in the middle. But still, $70.
Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
How much is Mario Kart? Helps if I spell Mario correctly.
PJ, I don't know what's up with the college football situation. I don't know why they're not putting those games out. It's so strange. Like they put Madden on Switch 2, but they're not putting any of the college games. Like,
okay, so it depends on the game. Donkey Kong is $70, $69.99. Mario Kart World, digital code, nothing physical, $80.
No. PJ, you have a Switch 2. I wish you would come on the show. It would be great if PJ had.
The cart version, a physical card, is $85.
$85? So, PJ, you have Mario Kart. Is it worth $85? I mean,
I don't know, man. Like, damn, that is a lot of money. How much is this Switch 2 by itself going for? No, not which 2. Switch 2. I deleted too many letters. That was interesting. Switch 2, $499. But that includes Mario Kart.
Yeah, if you see, that's why everybody buys that one. PJ got that one because it's a deal. If you want to think of it that it's a deal, quote unquote, because it's $500, but you get Mario Kart, which is you're
saving $30, but still.
That's the thing, though. I think that price is designed to make it look like it's a better deal to get the $500 Switch 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're planning to sell too many standalone Mario Kart World games. It's a strange thing they're doing.
Yeah, that's $500, man.
He says he only got Mario Kart World and Madden. That's all he's got.
Oh.
How much is Madden on the Switch 2?
Let's look at it real quick and find out. It is Madden Switch 2 is the digital code is $69.99.
God dang, man. This is what sucks about, I'm sorry, like I love my Switch. I have the OLED one, but this is what sucks about the Nintendo situation. These games, man, they do have sales. Yes, they do have sales. But a lot of times you're paying like full fucking price for whatever, anything you want, especially the Nintendo releases. It's like, this game's 4 years old. You still want me to pay $60?
Yeah,
like,
that's ridiculous.
It's bizarre.
2K26 is only $30 though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, hell, you could buy 2 copies of 2K for less than what you could buy 1 copy of Madden. That's ridiculous. So
I can't
of course,
believe
one's
Madden,
made by EA and the other one's not. So
yeah, I can't believe Madden's not on sale right now. With the season's basically over. They put it on sale on everything else, but not on Switch. That's
Nintendo Switch 2 digital code. I'm looking right now on Amazon. $69.99. Xbox Series XS digital copy. $21.
See? Wow.
Less than a third of the price.
For the digital one.
But they're both these are both the digital version. Like this isn't the physical copy of one and the digital of a different one. This is both digital copies. $21. That's crazy. Like hell yeah,
yeah,
you just for $21, yeah, you might as well just pick it up, but
yeah, but will it be, I mean, you could get it on PlayStation or Xbox, but then it's not portable, And trust me, that portable aspect is actually a good selling point,
True.
But is it
for those of you who actually play it portable? That's the thing. Is everyone I know that has a Switch is like, no, it stays in except for kids. Kids, on the other hand, I get it. Kids will they're totally walking around with a Switch. But like every adult that I know that has a Switch, like, no, the thing, I might as well just super glue it in the dock. It never leaves anywhere. So, Luke's Awakening is here. Luke, Nintendo be Nintendoing. This is what they do, and people are dumb enough to buy the games there, although there are cheaper alternatives elsewhere. That's what we're talking about right now, man. Madden NFL 26 on the PlayStation 5. Doesn't say that this is the digital copy. $34.99.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
free delivery Tuesday. So yeah, it would be the physical copy.
I don't know what to say about it. It's always been this way with Nintendo. It's continuing. It is what it is. This is the Switch tax. It continues forward.
Well, like I said, they getting their asses taxed right now by their stock holdings.
Yeah, so their stock's down 30%. How long has it been that? Like, is this
5 months? 5 months. It's gone from 14, and it was over 14,000, almost 15,000 yen per share in August, and in January it was just under 10. So it dropped 30% or over 33. Well, I think it's technically 33% in 5 months. Not even half a year later.
Do you think Nintendo will see that and understand why that's happened? Or do you think they're going to come up with some like excuse and be like, well, clearly what this means is we've got to lay off a bunch of staff and we've got to bring in more AI and, we're going to have to restructure and we're only going to be able to use game key cards now because it's just too expensive to use the more, the real game cards.
I hate to say it, but that they could totally come up with that bullshit. Like that's what I was saying. Like if they would look at this as a learning experience and try to right the ship, but I could exactly see what you're saying is them taking the absolute wrong thing from this, going, oh, well, we got to double down. Like, hell, like we're down 30%. Guess we need to jack up the price 30% to make up for it.
Yeah, we didn't want to raise the price, but because this happened, we're going to have to go ahead and raise that. It's going to be $5.50 now. And, Mario, no longer with Mario Kart. So it's just $5.50 for the standard,
Yeah, no shit. Oh, ridiculous. Luke's Awakening says Star Wars Outlaws is the same. The game is $20 or less on other consoles and $60 on the Switch too. But like you said, I mean, if you absolutely have to have it portable, I mean, it's the only game in town. So,
yeah, I mean, it's not Nintendo's fault that you're a poor.
Oh, damn. And on that, let's move on to our next story. OpenAI. Okay, so we had it several weeks ago. We talked about how AI was going to take over everything. And then like the next week or week after that, I kind of did a story where I was specifically pointing out, I was like, well, there's a lot of people saying it could be an AI bubble, just who knows which way it's going to go. But this story hit like a fucking bomb. OpenAI is projected to have burned through $8 billion with a B, $8 billion in 2025. Okay.
Wow.
They are projected to rise. That amount is projected to rise to 40 billion by 2028. Okay, that's how much money they're spending. That's how much money they're putting into not even current data centers, mind you, future data centers. Okay, right now, OpenAI has basically said when they did their last round of fundraising, they were basically like, we can see us being profitable in 2030. That's when they're saying if their roadmap goes the way they think it's going to go to, they're going to start making money and get back into the black in 2030. The problem with that is they're supposedly spending $1.4 trillion on data centers. And since they don't, like, the amount of money that they're taking in is so minuscule compared to what they're spending, a lot of people are speculating. They're like, OpenAI may have to do another round of investments. And if that's the case, if things aren't going well at that point, a lot of people are going to be like, I don't know, should I put money in on this? They did raise $40 billion the first round. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff saying that if they keep spending the way they're spending and they don't bump up their profits somehow, some way, they will literally be out of cash in 2027. Like, just like literally cannot pay for electricity, can't pay for employees, can't pay for anything. And that company will completely crater. I didn't put it in here. There was, what was this? I saw a reel, and it was from a financial show. I'm not sure what it was, but they were talking about how they're rating like the money that's being invested or whatever has like a top tier rating. But if you actually look at the interest that's being charged, it's like 6.4% or whatever. And they're like, that's junk bonds. Like, they're saying this is an A+ rating, but they're trading it at the junk bond level. And the one guy was just like, that's fucking Enron. He's like, I've seen this playbook before. And I'm just like, oh, damn. And a lot of people are pointing out, they're just like, well, they're not the only game in town. They're like, yeah, you're right. Microsoft and Meta and Google all are heavily investing in AI. The difference between them and OpenAI is Microsoft makes money other way. Meta makes money a different way. Google makes money a different way. Microsoft's been burning money on the fucking Xbox forever. Meta's been burning money, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, has been burning money left and right, but they're still making crap tons of money. Same thing for Google. OpenAI doesn't have, hardware they're pushing somewhere or some other product they're pushing out there. Like, this is it. All of their eggs are in one basket. So, yeah. Luke's Awakening. Sai and I will partner and personally fund AI for the next 2 seconds. Dude, as much money as they're burning through, I don't think you could fund it for like 30, like even half a second at this point. So
do you think it's possible that they could get bailed out? Do you think this
okay. There has been a lot of I've heard speculation on that as well, and they're just like, is this the next banking thing? Is it going to be that the government is going to see this as we can't afford to let this crater? And
yeah, because the tentacles are in so many things. If is it too big to fail, as they say, right? You know?
Yeah. And some people, I've even heard people speculate, they're like, that's their plan. Their plan is to burn through everything they've got and just be like, oh, hey, we really need y'all to bail us out, because if we go under, then China's going to catch up to us, or Russia's going is going to catch up to us. And then, of course, that will be like, oh, well, we can't have that happen. Just like, the auto industry, the banking industry, So I guess we will be investors. If that's what ends up happening, we will technically be investors. Now, we're not going to get anything out of it.
Right.
But as taxpayers, we will be
investors
in it. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like this was a engineered thing that took place where people would contribute money, and the expectation in the background was that in order to continue, they would need more money, and they would set a date so far out that they would have plenty of time to continue to operate and take money and spend said money, so that when the time finally came when they would have to answer for what they've been doing and such, it would have been so long that they would have already spent all of said monies, and could then make the excuse that by that point they were so deeply entrenched that they couldn't be allowed to go under. Yeah, this sounds very familiar. Yeah. Interesting.
Trichome says tentacles are definitely in some things. I've seen it. PJ Smith, I love calamari. Luke's Awakening. Once I get my Doge and tariff residuals, I'll help bail them out. I'm sure they will appreciate it.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a $2,000 dividend. Everybody is, right? I've heard that.
Sure. Any day now. Well, let's roll into the next story, because this one is basically kind of linked to it. In fact, when I was researching this one is when I found this other story. So they've done this company. I don't remember what the name of the company is, and I've got links for everything down in the chat, guys, or not in the chat, but in the show notes. But yeah, so this company did this, apparently does these like things where they go and talk to a bunch of CEOs and stuff. They surveyed 4,454 CEOs of major companies. Mm-hmm. More than half of those CEOs report they have seen no benefits from using AI. None. Only 12% have had higher revenue and lower cost. Basically, they're like, this is what they were promising, is your revenue is going to go up and your costs are going to go down. And only 12% of them have said, yeah, I've seen both things. 13% said they actually had decreased cost, but didn't really see anything else. 8% said they had an increase in earnings, but 55% said they saw no benefit at all. 42% said they saw no change at all. 12% actually said they've seen increased cost because they're like, we're spending all this money on AI and our bottom line is actually dropping out. And there was 1% of the people interviewed said they actually saw the worst of both. They literally saw their profits go down and their costs go up. Oh,
from what I understand, the only companies that are seeing a financial benefit are the ones that are using the data collected from the AI. They're selling that data, basically. They're like, that's how they're mitigating the cost of paying for the AI integration is they're basically farming out all the data that's being collected from the process of putting it in. This sounds so familiar. I don't know where I've seen something like this before. Let's see. You need to keep bringing in so that you can put out, but in order to continue to put out, you have to keep bringing in more to Oh, I got a message. It sounds like a scheme of some sort that resembles a shape that I don't know.
Is it in the Isosceles triangle by chance?
Yes.
Fair enough. The report suggests, now here's the funny thing. They came back and said, hey, the reason why y'all are seeing this is because y'all aren't ready for AI yet. Then why are you selling it to them? They need to apply AI across the board. They're saying the problem is they're only putting in AI on this one specific thing in their company. Well, you need to use it for everything in your company. And it's like,
yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing it wrong. You sold me something, and you're telling me the reason why I'm not getting the benefit you said I was going to is because I'm doing it wrong. Who are you, Apple?
It's because you only bought one bottle. You're supposed to buy 2 bottles of the snake oil, and you're supposed to take it twice a day. You've only been taking it once a day. You're just not taking enough of the snake oil. That's what yeah. Either you believe in this or you don't. And if you don't, then don't come to me wondering why it's not working.
Exactly. Yeah. Only 14% of the workforce, the entire workforce, uses AI in their daily workflow. Only 14%.
Dude, okay, before I go on, I got to mention, PJ asked if you could tell the Taco Bell story about the 18,000 waters.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that.
I'm hoping I'm remembering it because I've seen it multiple places. So Taco Bell is one of the first companies that started using an AI bot at the menu or whatever. And I'll be honest with you, I probably have a 50% chance of being able to detect if the person on the thing is a human being or not, mainly because I do all of my ordering online through an app. So I'm literally just waiting for them to just say something. I don't even care what they say, just so I can respond. I have an online order instead of, whatever it might be. Like we've talked about, what is it called? Raising Cane's. When you first go to a Raising Cane's, it's kind of cute when they do their oh, look, Raising Cane. Yeah. When they do their hey, what kind of chicken do you want today? They have their little cute thing that they'll say or whatever. But after a while, you're just like, I just want to order. Like, I don't need the song and dance. It reminds me of, do you remember back in the 90s? The 90s were horrible about this. And they probably still do it at different places. I bet places like, I think Hooters is still a thing, but things like Twin Peaks or Tilted Kilt, I bet they still definitely do the thing where the waitress comes and sits down in the booth next to you and is all like, oh man, it's been a hard day. What can I get? Trying to be super friendly. It's just like, can you just take my order? Like, I just need my order done. They used to do that shit at like Chili's and Olive Garden, all those places. But anyway, so people have started detecting that Taco Bell was using this thing, this ordering system. And so they started figuring out if you give it this this insane order, it will cause the system to either crash or switch over, do something, and you will get a human being. And that's what people are saying. They're saying, go to Taco Bell. And if you're like, I'm pretty sure this is an AI bot that's asking me what it is I want on my, what I want to order, say, I'd like 18,000 waters, please. And wait half a second, and then you'll hear like a mic click. Welcome to Taco Bell. What can we help you? So I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, this is something actually I think we talked about on our last show because people had figured out this hack where you could do that. But I think Taco Bell should start calling people on it. I think if you order 18,000 waters, they should say, no problem. Come to the window.
I know, right?
And you're like, what? And you get up there and they got a water hose ready and they're just like, you knock yourself out, But they should set a price like, okay, that's right.
I was going to say, Luke saying at rallies, it's obvious AI system. There's no question there. So, Tricone, where are you at? Public school system here pushes it on teachers and therapists. My girlfriend tells me about it all the time. Yeah, it's so weird. My district basically blocks. Okay, and I'm sure everyone in Texas actually has to do this because they've actually. What's so odd is our freaking governor and all of the corrupt politicians in Texas are like pushing towards like causing like 400 more data centers to be built in the next several years here in Texas. And yet they also put in provisions that like, if anything that you're using in school has an AI, anything in it, you have to make sure that it's perfectly safe and everything else. So like my district, I'm sure all these other districts as well are like, well then fine, well, fucking kids can't use any AI. But they want the teachers to use it. And it's just like guys, like they're going to go home and use it. But like burying your head in the sand is not a good way to be teaching kids. Like we should be getting out ahead of this, but whatever. So it's just kind of interesting. Kalamazoo. Are you really in Kalamazoo? That's kind of cool. Just to say it, Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo.
So anyway, going back to the previous story, like they're burning through a crap ton of money, and the people they've already sold on it. Not even the people they've got to sell to start making enough money to keep afloat. The people who are already using it are just like, we're not seeing the benefit. And I keep having not an argument, but I keep going back and forth with this a buddy of mine, and he's just like, "But yes, it's going to keep growing." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's going to keep growing until the tax man comes and they go, well, where are we going to cut?" Yes, they could try to cut more employees, but a lot of places are already finding out, yeah, we fired a bunch of people and we had to hire them all back because the AI was not what it was supposed to be doing. And I have a feeling you look at the bottom line, at some point you can't cut anyone else. And it's like, well, how much money is this thing actually making us? And when the answer is it's not, that's a no-brainer. Like you cut that shit and you move on. So been hard at work today, but made a bunch of money. About to get home soon. Well, good for you, Last Line. So Kalamazoo, hello, you're on. Lionel Richie. Okay.
Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Come on, let's go, Eugene. Come on.
No.
new segment on the show.
No. Unless I pull up an AI bot to do it for me. So, talk about running everyone off. But yeah, I just want, like I said, I found this when I was doing the other story, and I was just like, oh yeah, this is like, I'm not here. Everything I'm hearing right now is not positive. Like I every so often I hear a little thing. Mostly it's about how, they're talking about building data centers, different places. And like people are complaining, like their water pressure has gone to shit. Their electricity bills have gone through the roof. And one place, it's actually here in Texas somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it was, but they're like, it is a constant humming sound from that building 24 hours a day. And it's not just like a low humming. They're like, it's enough that it will keep you up at night.
Granbury, Texas, which is
Granbury, that's where it is.
It's not far from here. It's on the other side of Fort Worth. Mm-hmm. It's so bad that the people of the town all night and all day, it's this intense vibration and hum that literally the animals can't sleep, the people can't, their health is getting bad. And because it's this massive data center, everybody's electric bills are twice what they used to be. Like it's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's nuts. And
I saw that on the news, and they were like, and of course people were like, well, why don't you move? They're like, I can't sell my house. How do you sell a house in a place where as soon as someone shows up, they go, what is that sound? Oh, that's just the constant sound that's driving me insane and causing me to move.
That's what they were also talking about. They're like, how much is your house worth? And they're like, what do you mean? Like,
it's not worth anything anymore.
Yeah. Like, what does that even mean? Like,
yeah.
So crazy. And we're just like, let's do more of that. Let's be the data center state. Texas is the place to go. Like that criminal dude, that guy that runs our state. What's his name?
I have a name for him, but I'm not going to say it because it's not politically correct.
Yeah, well, that guy he's getting so much under the table money, man. Like this guy, I cannot stand. Remember when we did city council and everybody on the city council was in real estate, and every time there was a vote, one or two of them would have to get up and the other people would vote, and then they would come back. And then the next time it's a different two, and then the next time it's a different two. They're all just making each other money hand over fist. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening at a state level with this bullshit. Like the state of Texas, the people of the state of Texas are subsidizing this bullshit with the data centers, because not only are we giving them all kinds of tax breaks and all kinds of benefits to come here, the electric bills of everybody around it is paying for the data center to be there. Like, we're all paying more so that the thing could exist in that spot. Like, it's ridiculous. And nobody cares that we're all getting fucked. It's very bizarre. It's very bizarre.
Last line. Yes, that is the term I use for him as well. Just saying. So, yeah, that's a whole other story right there. Boy, I've got some stuff that I've heard about that anyway. All right, so we don't keep going down the political rabbit hole. Let's move on.
I don't like to talk about politics. I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So let's talk about another company that's not doing great. Metaverse is basically gone. Meta let go 1,500 workers from its Reality Labs division. Found out 100 plus workers were in the Austin area, I think. So it was either Austin or Dallas area. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at it. There was a different story that was connected to it. But yeah, they fired 1,500 workers from the Reality Labs division. But now they've moved all of their money to researching AI. Originally, it was pictured as the meta space to meet and play games. And it's funny because the article that I linked to, it's actually a YouTube video. It's funny. The guy literally starts off the thing and he's just like, when did Meta's Metaverse start going downhill? And the guy was like, day one. He's like, what he was picturing. And I think Ray actually had a really good, he's like, he wanted it to be Ready Player One. He wanted it to be this, the Oasis, this online universe that everything can exist in, and you will have this, you'll like go home and you'll put on your goggles, and like that's how you will live your life with other people. And it probably had a little bit of a spark going there during COVID when everyone was locked down, but since then it hasn't gone anywhere. In fact, I was even talking before the show, I was telling the boys, I was like, yeah, I'm doing a show tonight with Cyrus, and these are the stories we're talking about. And both of them said the exact same thing. They're like, oh, yeah, I kind of remember that, because they actually both sold their Oculus 2s within the last couple of months because they weren't using them anymore. But they're like, I remember that thing. It was weird. It was like a ghetto version of Roblox. And I'm just like, Roblox is ghetto as fuck. And you thought it was the ghetto version? Like, what does that tell you when kids are like, oh yeah, the metaverse is the ghetto version of Roblox? You're not coming back from that.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to convince anyone that's a cool place to be. But they are still selling the VR headsets, and they're moving all of their funding to AI, but they're also still putting money on Ray-Ban glasses and wristbands. I hadn't even seen the wristbands.
Wristbands.
Yeah, they were on their advertisement. There was some kind of a wristband, and I guess that's what you use to like do something or something.
Who the hell's buying a fucking wristband? Like,
I don't know.
Like, what?
Like, I already saw something the other night that I showed Christy, and it was like smart watches are just the modern version of a Tamagotchi, but you're the little creature you're trying to keep alive.
Wow. That's meta.
Yes, it is. And I was like, that is dead on. Like, literally, you have your watch and you're constantly looking at it and be like, I need to get more sleep. I need to get more steps in. All the same shit you used to have to do with the fucking Tamagotchi back in the day.
That's funny.
Oh, time to eat. Guess I need to eat. Keep my little Tamagotchi alive. I know one guy that has the Ray-Ban glasses, and I have to say they were pretty cool. I don't know if they're worth the money, but he was like, dude, it is kind of nice to just be able to go like take picture or whatever. Cause it doesn't have any cameras or anything. It's just like, it's got two cameras here and like it can record, and the graphics were pretty decent. Like we were at a convention and he was doing some video or whatever. Another fun story that came up at my last meeting for my job. They've already had to deal with a kid in testing that had him on. And I'm just like, so how did that go? Because on one hand, you're not allowed to have a phone or smartwatch or anything like that that connects to the internet on you while you are taking a state test. On the other hand, how are you going to tell a kid, sorry, you can't wear glasses to see the test? They didn't have an answer for me. That was above their pay grade, but I'm just like, yeah, The whole thing about walking around in AR and VR, like it's a cool gimmick, but there was never a killer app for it. Like the closest thing I think they ever had to a killer app was
Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go.
Okay, Pokemon Go for VR for AR. I was gonna say for VR it would have been like what's the one where you're cutting things? Beat Saber. That's about as close as I ever saw to a killer app. But even then, it's like, okay, well, this is cool. I've cut enough stuff. I've played enough songs. There was never anything that I saw that I was just like, I have to buy that for this game. Like there were some cool things, but it's just like, yeah.
I have Mannon bought me that Oculus Quest 2, and it just sits in a box. I tried to play with it as much as I could, but it's just I don't care about VR. I don't want to do that.
Even when like both my boys bought like a better like strap or whatever for it, because the one that comes with it's garbage. Like it like weighs down on your face. The better straps like do kind of support your head better, but even then, like I want to go, if I'm going to go watch something on a big screen, I'm going to go in the living room and watch it. If I want to look something on a small screen, I'll sit down and do this. I don't want to strap something to my head that's constantly weighing down so I can pretend like I have a big screen. Like I'm sure there are people that's perfectly fine for, and they love using it. And you know what? For them, more power to you. But just like it was fine for a little while, but after a while, like you know how it is when you're playing games. Like you can sit there, like we used to fucking sit on the couch like for 6 and 8 hours on a Saturday playing games on the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I could do that with the VR headset. No. Like after a couple hours, my eyes would be tired, my head would be tired. I'm just like, it shouldn't be a workout just to sit there and watch a thing. So
using a headset really messes with my vision. Like,
oh, so you're one of those?
Yeah, like afterwards, I'm like struggling.
Yeah,
I'm one of those. Oh, you're one of those.
Okay, say it. I know that kind of sounded condescending. But I know a lot of people that way. Like, there's some people I know that are just like, dude, like like Ray suffers from motion sickness. Like he can't, like if there's just certain games and stuff, he can't do it. So like VR is completely out for him. Like there's just no way he can do it. So Demolition Man predicted the future.
Yeah, I'd like to mention that I also appreciate the Micro Machines.
Hell yeah!
Do they still make Micro Machines?
Yes, they do.
Oh wow! I used to love buying those, man. I haven't bought any in 30 years, maybe, but I have to look at that.
I still have some somewhere. My brother may have them, so I'm looking them up right now. A lot of them they've gone together with other branding. So like there's that's not Micro Machines. That's something else. I'm pretty sure they still do them. Like there's one pack.
Do you remember? I've talked about this many times. Do you remember the Micro Machines that would change color when you got them wet? Like they would.
Yes.
Those were cool. Those are really cool.
I had to stay away from them. Do you remember when they started bringing out Micro Machines that were Star Wars? So they had all the little ships and stuff. Oh, man, those were cool too.
I remember getting all kinds of vehicles that weren't just cars, like the different kinds of vehicles. I love Micro Machines
stuff. Oh yeah,
Micro Machines are cool.
Hell yeah!
Damn it! Damn you! This is Luke doing it. You guys are always trying to find a way to get me to buy stupid shit. Damn it!
The only ones I see on Amazon right now are construction machines, and then I see Transformers Series 1. So they're like Micro Machine versions of the movie cars, which that's still kind of cool because it's a little Bumblebee, it's a little Jazz.
They don't transform though.
They don't transform, no.
Okay, no. Okay. If they transformed, I'd be like, damn it, I could get on the
Oh shit! Now this is kind of cool. This is a Corvette. This is a bigger Corvette that opens up and folds out, and it becomes the playset for Micro Machines. That's kind of cool.
How much is that?
$50.
Oh, really? That's not that bad. $50?
No, that's not that bad.
That's actually pretty good. Damn it. I'm going to end up buying Micro Machines. I'm going to start a Micro Machine channel because of this fucking shit.
How crazy if that's what blew up. Like you size like I don't even do fucking
Oh, no, look how cool that looks.
Video games are old hat. Like
it's on sale.
Yeah, it is.
Damn it. Oh, look at the little helicopter. The yellow one. That yellow one looks fucking cool. Damn. Oh, look how big it is.
It folds out to be a pretty decent size.
Dude, for $50?
That's kind of cool.
All right. It's on
and that's
sale,
what it looks like
man.
when it's folded up.
I wasn't going to buy it. You should be glad that I found it on sale. Remember?
I know. But see, like, look,
I didn't hold up a cue card. Remember that? That was hilarious when Gallagher did that bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at these guys.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
How much are those?
Those were $14.
Dude, this is really reasonable. This is not crazy.
No, it's not.
Holy crap. This is very reasonable.
And see, I thought these were Micro Machines at first too, but these are just Hot Wheels of the Mario Kart stuff. If I had like tons more space sitting around, I would totally buy like all the little Mario Kart cars. That would just be
dude. Look
cool.
at all them ones you get for $36. Look at that.
That's crazy.
72.
That's what you buy a kid. That's what you buy a kid because you know they're going to lose them all.
Dude, 72 for 30. Well, that's 50 cents a piece. How's that even possible?
Beats me.
Wow. We're going to become Micro Machines resellers. We're going to buy a lot of 72 for 36 and sell each one for $2 a piece and quadruple our money. This is a new scheme we're coming up with.
Okay, you go first and let me know how it works out, and then
ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna welcome to the official Micro Machines pyramid presentation today, hosted by with your host Eugene Stevens and Cyrus Martin. I'm like, do you want to make more money? Sure, we all do. And then we go into we might be talking about Micro Machines, but the profits are off the charts. I don't know.
Someone said on eBay, let's see here. Let's just see.
10x returns.
1996 retro ones.
Tricom loses 10 points for making Cyrus spend money. Yes. How dare you, Tricom?
But see,
you're all responsible.
All the little planes. Dude, all the little planes and stuff are so fun.
That's a little pricey on those.
That's a little pricey, but this is for the hardcore collector. These are for the people who are going to like come up with a whole set and like, you know.
This is for after we make our money on our reselling scheme.
There you go. Yeah. See, I know I had some of these. I just don't, man, I wonder if my mom's got them at her house or my brother has them. I bet my brother's got them.
If you get, dude, let me say this. If you get your hands on some Micro Machines, you have to show me. I want to see your Micro Machines.
You know what? I'll text my brother and be like, hey, do you have the Micro Machines? And if so, can I borrow them? Like, not like, it's not like dire or anything. I just want to go back through and look at them. So,
yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, he does still have your Nintendo games or whatever that is.
He has the Super Nintendo. He doesn't have I have the NES. He has the Super Nintendo. So even though he has his wife's Super Nintendo, I've got our OG Super Nintendo back here, but yeah. So, but yeah, they make Micro Machines of everything. And let's just see here. One real quick before we move on to the next story.
Yeah, PJ, the profits are mucho. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there, baby. All those little Micro Machines.
Oh my God, I had that.
That's awesome.
I had that set. What happened to that shit? Because I used to have that. Dude, the Millennium Falcon was really cool.
That's awesome.
Damn. $50 for that. Yeah.
But it's also sealed, so, you know.
Oh, well, but it's worth $50.
So, all right, let's move on to our next topic.
No, I think we'll just keep doing Micro Machines from now on.
We got some more fun stuff to talk about, though.
The whole show just becomes the Micro Machine Hour.
The Micro Machine Hour, yeah. I get 5% and can buy at cost since I started this.
You'll be in at the you're at the founders level. You're at the founder.
Oh man,
you have to keep bringing in new members though. That's the way it works.
I know, right? All right. We have technically one more thing I wanted to talk about tonight, and then we can go back to talk about micro machines if we want to. We have one more thing, and actually two, because I added something on here and I didn't put a slide on here. But anyway, so yesterday we got isn't it crazy we now live in a world? I mean, I know this has been a thing for a while, but we live in a world where we now do pre-trailers. Like the trailer used to be the thing you waited for. Now we have pre-trailers to be excited for. Talk about a hype machine. But anyway, so today the actual official trailer for Masters of the Universe dropped. How do you say this guy's name? Nicholas Galzatine? Something like that. Is playing He-Man. Jared Leto is playing Skeletor. Kamala Mendez is playing Tila. Allison Brie is playing Evil Lynn, which I think is fucking awesome. Love her. I've loved her since Community. And fucking Idris Elba is playing Man-at-Arms. I was watching Geek Dad Life today, and like he's a huge He-Man fan. So he was kind of breaking this down, and he literally was like, at one point, like his moderators were just like, guys, listen, if you don't like the fact that they did, a race swap for, I guess technically you can call it a race swap for Man-at-Arms, that's fine, but don't bring it up here because I don't give two shits. If you're willing to bend reality so that we're in a world where you ride a giant talking cat and you hold a sword up to become the strongest man in the world, but you're mad because he's black now, I'm not here for it. I'm just like, hell yeah. Because you and I've had this conversation before. I normally don't have a problem whenever we do swaps like this. The only time, and it's funny that it's Idris Elba because he's the one person that I brought this up with. The one time I had a problem with it was I did not like him as Roland Deschain from The Dark Tower. And that's because I was still under the illusion that they're going to do the Dark Tower series. They're going to do the books. It's going to be fantastic. That is not what they did. They did not do the books. They did like a weird alternate story. By the way, I did finally watch that movie. Did not like it. But he was definitely not the problem with it. And after I saw it, I was just like, no, he was fine. For a one-off thing, he was perfectly fine. My problem was I thought we were going to be doing all the books. And in the second book, his race makes a huge difference. And
it does actually. There's a reason why, and it's because of the story. It's important.
Yes.
If you know the story that he's a white guy, it's important. It's part of the story. It is very important. It's important for other characters, not for him, for what happens, and not just for the other characters, but for a huge dynamic in the whole story. It's a big deal.
In the drawing of the three, it is a pivotal point. And so I was just like, how the fuck are they going to do the drawing of the three if he's now black? Otherwise, I didn't have a problem with him. I'm still on board with him being the next James Bond. I think
I'm glad you said that.
Fantastic Bond.
I'm glad you said that because when I found out Idris Elba was being Man-at-Arms, I was like, fuck yes. And I love this guy. This guy is fucking cool. Like he's just, he oozes cool,
Yes, he does.
And yes, I think he should have been James Bond. I don't even think it's close. He definitely should have been James Bond. And the fact that he wasn't is strange to me because it seems like whenever the public has gotten behind somebody for James Bond in a big way, that's usually happened, but not for Idris Elba. And I know he wanted it too, so it's very strange. I don't know, whatever. But I can understand somebody might have an issue for a race swap or a sex swap or a whatever. I can understand why some people might have an issue depending on what the character is and what the story is and what's going on. But I think Idris Elba, for the most part, except for that specific situation that you're talking about, he could be anybody in any movie and be awesome. Like he has a personality that overcomes like every other distinctive feature of him. So if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, he could. I would have no problem with him being, James Bond, or the next whatever, the next anything. He could be the next leader of the Jedi Order in Star Wars or some shit. He could be whatever. I mean, he was in the Marvel stuff, right? He was the
what's his? I don't remember his name, but yes, he was the seer. He was the one who was in charge of the bridge. Yeah, and he was fucking badass in that too.
Who had a problem with that? And if you're gonna, and honestly, that you could say, well, it's kind of Nordic, and you could have an excuse to be like opposed to it, I guess. But who would be? The guy was fucking awesome. I don't know.
Oh yes, thank you, PJ. He was Hemdall, and he was badass.
Yeah, he was badass. No, I love Idris Elba, and I hope he gets. He's still not old. He's not as young as he used to be, but he still has time to get some more of these like really awesome. And it's interesting because he's not the main character in this He-Man movie.
No, and it's interesting. Okay, so we're gonna watch the trailer here in a second, but like if he's playing Duncan, like, and I saw one of the people on that stream brought it out today. They're like, this is what's going to give this movie some gravitas, because think about it. You go back to Star Wars and it's just like, who the fuck is Mark Hamill? And okay, Fisher, like that's what's her face's daughter. And I don't know who this Harrison Ford guy. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all got what's his name in this movie? Like that gives it some gravitas. And that's what's happening here. Like everyone else is like, okay, I think I know some of these people. I'm kind of not really big on it. Idris Elba is in this movie.
They better not kill his character.
I'm sure they can't kill Duncan. They can't kill Duncan.
Like anything can happen. I mean,
true.
It could.
But I have a feeling we're going to watch it here in a second. I have a feeling though, they went all in on this, and I have a prediction for the end of this movie. We'll talk about it here in a second. So let's take a look here real quick. Let's get it started.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real.
Real quick, I'm going to say one thing that someone pointed out on that stream I was watching earlier today. The only problem they had with this entire trailer was, why didn't they make Cringer the lion that was roaring in the MGM thing? I'm like, well, that was a missed opportunity.
I mean, if you're going to go all the way. I agree.
Hell yeah. All right, here we go.
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's
this obsession with nerd stuff and sword things. It's not a good look for human resources.
Loving the pink shirt.
It sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry, the sword's mine.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
What am I supposed to do? Take the sword and protect them.
Okay. Several things.
With over 500,000 videos
Lord.
added monthly.
Don't need all that. All right. Several things. When we talked about this, when we were talking about on the Epically Geeky show, we talked about the things we were most looking forward to in 2026. This was not on my list. This was not on my list at all. And I was worried, poo-pooing it, however you want to put it, because of Jared Leto. Now that I've seen that it's not his face, like I was like, what are they going to do to his face? It looks like it's just going to be completely CJ. I'm still behind this. If it's just him like in the suit and maybe doing the voice, why didn't y'all pick someone that's got a really awesome voice like Mark Hamill did in the Netflix He-Man? Whatever. I'm past that. I've watched this trailer a couple times today. I've shown it to both of my boys separately. Both of my boys said, "Dad, that looks good. I kind of want to go see it." And my response was, "I kind of do too." I'm interested now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking you were the opposite. You were like, "I think this might be interesting. Don't worry about Jared Leto. It'll be okay." And now I'm looking at you and I'm just like, "Cyrus, you don't look happy."
Well, I'm a nerd and I like He-Man a lot. And I remember Frank Langella with great affection in his role as Skeletor in the movie from the 80s. I know that what we have a problem with as nerds is that we think our vision in our head means something. And when we like imagine what's possible with something or what we would like to see, or we speculate, or we start to think, wouldn't it be cool if this happened? And wouldn't it be something if this happened? And we kind of get ourselves painted into a corner of expectation. Now, to be fair, I've really tried to not have any expectations for this because I actually was expecting absolute abject shit. That's what I was expecting. So when I saw the trailer for the trailer, I was like, oh no, this is going to be teeny bopper, nasty, stupid bullshit. Like, this is not even going to be fun. This is just going to be stupid. I was like, awesome. And then when I saw this, I was actually fairly impressed because it does have that vibe of this is a stupid one-off movie that is for the kids. And I was like, well, it should be, really. That's, it's not for me. It's not for my generation. I think there's some member berries. There's some callbacks here to stuff for our generation to appreciate, sure. But our generation isn't looking for this story from He-Man. What we were looking for from He-Man was the story from He-Man, which is never going to be told in a movie or series, apparently. We're going to get some other thing that has He-Man-like flavor, It's like... it's like the chocolate flavored drink. It's not chocolate milk. It's chocolate flavored drink. We don't know what it is. It's sort of like chocolate milk. It's like that. But anyway, I'm going on a weird tangent here. I'll say this. I think it could be fun. I bet if we watched it, this is my fear though. It's going to be stupid. Like, they're going to have a shit ton of useless humor that doesn't work. And Skeletor is going to be, I already know, it's going to be goofy. The reason they're not showing Skeletor talking or saying anything or anything is because there's some.
Is this because it's Jared Leto's voice?
They're saving some stupid thing where he's going to be like, hey, man. And we're all supposed to be like, oh, it's like the cartoon.
Yes, which is what we want. I'm sorry. I'm with Luke 100% on this. This is totally for our generation. Here's why I say that. Fucking look at Castle Grayskull. It looks like the goddamn toy. All right? I think that looks fantastic. I was so afraid of how that was going to look. There's the fucking, remember the Oh, I can't remember. It's forever
No,
since I've owned the bird thing that you could buy that like literally landed on Castle Grayskull. That's their version of it sitting right there. Oh,
Okay, now calm down for a second, because this is what we have to be careful
the
of,
sword.
Eugene.
Look at the sword.
I
The
know,
sword
but
actually looks good.
this is what we have to be careful of, is we as nerds can be irrational. Like, we can look at something and see only the stuff that we like and get fixated on that and say, it's what we want. This is the exact thing we want. And it's not at all, but we can talk ourselves into thinking that, or we can get completely down on it and say, oh, it's not we wanted this and this and this, and it's not. And neither of those is probably the right approach, right? Honestly, I think if you think this looks like a good movie, great, go watch it, have fun. If you think it looks insanely stupid, then don't watch it. But don't watch it and then just shit all over it, you know? And by the same token, don't watch it and then just fucking try to tell everybody that they're stupid for not liking it, you know? It is what it is, you know?
The reason why is because there's been already so many videos out there picking this thing apart, saying, "Look, there's this, that, and the other." I don't even know about the toys. I haven't even looked at that. That is one of the first. I don't know if you knew this or not. They came up with 3 original models for what they thought He-Man was going to be. One of them had like a tank head. I don't remember. One was like a robot, and then one was a barbarian, and that's pretty much the fucking barbarian. Why the fuck would they pull that unless they're trying to be so authentic to the people who love He-Man? Like. That's what for our generation.
What I was saying earlier, and I agree that what's really cool about this is there's a lot of good stuff that's quote unquote authentic. That's like from the show and the cartoon, the from the toys. There's stuff in here that they paid attention to for us. Absolutely. I'm not saying it has nothing. Absolutely, a lot of this is aimed at us. But what I was trying to say is, it seems to me like this story is for the kids. Like, because for us, I think we would want a story that actually told. It was like the battle for Eternia with and everything. But this is going to be more like Comedy Hour with some He-Man stuff that's really cool. But then a lot of the Earth stuff, and I don't know. We'll see.
Supposedly the Earth stuff is very minor because that was a lot. That was also one of my concerns because and I even said it like on the back channel. I said the only movie I have ever seen where they're coming to our world type situation. The only movie that has ever worked in was the Sonic movie. Like I still walked out of that movie going, that was a good movie, and they fucking finally pulled off the he's coming to our universe thing. I was like, I did not think that was possible. But like, okay, so do you have Netflix? Did you watch the 3-part He-Man series on there?
I do have it now, but I have not watched the He-Man.
You should watch it. Now, I will say it did very much because they retconned some story elements. But they did show like a lot of the battles for Eternia, and a lot of people were like, this is not what I want, and I want what it looks like in the cartoon. So I'm just like, I understand you're never going to make everyone happy.
Right. Yeah.
But
that's true.
Look at fucking Skeletor. Like, I was so afraid they were going to mess him up. And Alex even was like, they nailed Skeletor. Like, that was badass.
Since you said that, you're showing a picture of Skeletor right here. Compare this to what they show at the end. Because I was curious, because I noticed, to me, they looked a lot different. Like what you see here versus what you see at the end of the movie, the trailer, where they show.
Okay, yeah, I'll get there in a second. Luke said, did you watch Bumblebee? This director did that. I didn't realize that. Oh, I'm definitely down for this now. Because of the live action Transformers movies, Bumblebee was the only one that I thought was a good, like a good. But Bumblebee was a fun ass movie. Thanks, Luke. That definitely that got me even more hyped, to be honest with you. But like fucking like what's his face? It's not crap, I can't remember what his name is. Fisto. Fucking Fisto's in this, and he's got a giant fist, and yeah. Now fucking Battle Cat or Cringer better fucking get like the armor on at some point. Like that, we've got to see him like fucking, but like, look at that. Like we never got that full scene of him in front of the castle with all the effects and stuff. Like yes, I'm probably completely and totally swallowing the Kool-Aid on this one, but I can't help it.
That's fine. I'm glad that you are feeling this. And that, I mean, okay, so this is what I'm saying. Okay, maybe it is the same. I just for some reason thought he looked different. I don't know. That's interesting.
But like they've got Goatman in the, like, look at his fucking staff. His fucking staff, like, that is badass looking.
Yeah, so, it is, but it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm
okay, so one other question. Mm-hmm. One other question for you. And I've also seen a lot of people mention this as well. They're like, he's not buff enough. And number one, if you look even remotely like this, like no one's going to say you're not buff enough. But number two, I'm like, I get what you're saying. Unfortunately, especially from the 80s, which is kind of an odd pullback, it's like, do we want to see muscle He-Man or do we want to see roid monster He-Man? And I'm okay with this.
There was a funny thing. I can't remember what it was, a video or something I saw a long time ago where they did a study of some kind to see if the He-Man, the toy He-Man, what that would be like on a person, on an actual person. And they determined that if a human actually looked like that, he would die because he would not be able to breathe or carry his own body. Like, it's actually not possible. I also remember there was a funny joke that some comedian had where they were talking about how people were complaining about Barbie dolls because it...
Oh, God, yes. Barbie is like the pinnacle of it. Go on.
Yeah. They're like, Barbies are terrible for young girls' self-image because it creates an unreasonable expectation of what a woman should look like. And they're like, oh, really? Here's He-Man. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, I guess
Barbie would technically have to be like 7 feet tall and weigh like I can't remember if it was like some small minute number or some giant number because she'd be like her proportions are so weird. But anyway,
yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to look. Mm-hmm. Am I excited for it? I'm not like, oh, I got to see this, but I do want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating it, but my expectations are so incredibly low that I think I'll like it because basically if it doesn't turn into stupid fucking joke after stupid fucking joke for no reason, then I'll probably like it. I'm just so fucking tired of, the stupid joke thing that has to happen with so many of these big movies that I get excited about. And I'm like, ugh. Like, can you just let the movie happen and not stop every 3 seconds to make me laugh? Oh
no, I get it. I totally get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying about that because it is horrible. Like, that's the thing about, especially if you've got kids and you're going to a kid's movie. And I mean, you haven't had a little kid in a long time, but you even remember watching stuff with your daughter and thinking, oh, this is absolute garbage. Like, this is just, there's nothing here. I'm rather claw my eyes out than really, the only reason I'm here is because you're here. That's the only reason daddy's here is because you're here. And then you watch other things and you're just like, okay, this was actually written so adults can enjoy it as well. And like, there are several cartoons that I've heard are that, and I've watched several of them, like, what was the Rescue Bots cartoon? It was Transformers. I wanted my boys to be into Transformers. They like the Rescue Bot stuff, and I'd watch it with them, and there were jokes in there that, like, I would laugh, and they're like, Daddy, why are you laughing? I'm like, don't worry about it. That was it. It's not like it was a dirty joke or anything. It was pulling something that, like, kids were way above kids, but like as an adult, you would catch it, and I always appreciate that. But yeah, like I was totally not looking forward to this, and every time I watch it, the more I'm like, I want to go see this. Now, like you said, it totally could completely, like, it could have too many jokes in it, or it could force the jokes or whatever. They could make Jared Leto's voice sound really weird. I don't have a problem with Skeletor acting like cartoon Skeletor. I just don't want him to be a fucking joke. I don't want it to be like
we finally got a cool looking Skeletor, and he sounds and he's like Skeletor, but then he's going to be like tripping on stuff and falling, and I hit my head again, and the kids are going to think that that's what He-Man is. This is my concern. I think is they're going to fuck it up, and the kids that see it are going to go, "That's what you were into." And then that's the end of He-Man, because nobody gives a shit about it after this. You know?
Oh no, this is not the. It doesn't matter if this movie makes all the money in the world or completely bombs. He-Man will keep going. Like, I did not realize this. Like, the cartoon ended in the 80s, right? They've brought back several different versions. In fact, there was one in the early 2000s that was fantastic, but for whatever reason, just did not take off like they wanted it to. The one that's on Netflix is awesome. I fucking love it. But that being said, they are still making He-Man after He-Man. Like, if you wanted to get into collecting He-Man, there's so many different versions out there, and they scale from anywhere from looking just like they did when we were kids to being like these articulate, like fucking masterpieces.
Yeah.
And the Motu, that's what they refer to. The Motu universe is just like, those collectors are hardcore, and they are never giving up on He-Man. The thing I was going to say is, I would almost bet $5 one of two things happen. Either A, we're going to get comment about his twin sister, probably as an after credit, or we're going to get a scene with Hordak. If this does well, they're going to plant that seed.
I got to tell you, dude, I'm really tired of people shitting on She-Ra, because I loved that cartoon, and Hordak was a fucking awesome villain. And
he was badass compared to Skeletor. I mean, Skeletor looked awesome, but I mean, like, he was a whiny bitch compared to Hordak.
If you did She-Ra correctly, which they won't, but if they did do She-Ra correctly, it could be really cool. It could actually be really cool. People, you know, for some reason, the internet decides things, and then you're just supposed to go along with that. Otherwise, you're weird or whatever. And I'm weird, so I don't agree that She-Ra sucks. But a lot of people have just decided She-Ra's garbage, and I'm like, you didn't watch She-Ra. If you watched She-Ra when you were growing up, like we did, come on, She-Ra was fucking cool. Like, come on, man. And she was hot. She was hot as shit too.
Luke's Awakening said, I think the end credits will be Skeletor, and he'll say something like, I'll be back. No, dude, it'll be him going, until we meet again.
Yeah,
if they can get that meme in here somewhere.
No, that's what they'll do. That's what I'm worried about, actually, is the jokes. There'll be so many jokes.
That just needs to be that one little thing, dude. They can have a couple of them. It'd be fine. So
it could be done. It could be done, but it is a concern, dude. This is our concern, dude.
And this is fair enough, because let's look at all of the awesome things we grew up with that they completely and totally destroyed. Transformers. It survived. I will say, at least, if nothing else, the Bayformer movies kept the interest in Transformers going. It was always kind of there, but it definitely brought it back. But I'm sorry, I can't, especially after watching Transformers 1. That movie was good, and I really wanted to see what they were going to keep doing with it. Bumblebee was actually a good movie as well. But G.I. Joe, how the fuck did you mess up G.I. Joe so bad?
They really, I don't know what they did. What a train wreck.
And then you look at, like, this at least looks like it's got some hope. But like that Street Fighter movie that's coming out this year,
yeah,
I don't have any hopes.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
I have no hope for that. And the sad thing is we've already got a badass Street Fighter movie. It was the animated one. Do you remember it?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh, my God. It was so good. In fact, that scene with Cammy actually just showed up in a random reel for me the other day. You know, she's walking and she like throws off the stuff because, you know, she's like been hypnotized or whatever, and just like beats the shit out of those guards, does that flip up on top of the guy, breaks his neck, comes down, breaks his back because she's there to assassinate. And I'm just like, that movie went hardcore. Like, I don't know if we necessarily need a live action hardcore Street Fighter movie, but it could be like, you could definitely, it can be done. There is a way that you could do it. And I just don't see this live action being the thing that's going to do it. So Snake Eyes was the best G.I. Joe movie. I actually heard that. I didn't see it. But I actually heard it was a lot of people actually liked it. So 9% on Rotten Tomatoes for Return to Silent Hill, 1% higher than Revelations. So yeah, it's funny because, okay. So like the Super Mario World movie or Galaxy movie that's coming out. Oh, if the boys want to go see it, I'll go see it. I thought the first one was fine. What's crazy is the Sonic movie. I haven't seen 2 and 3, and I've heard they're even better than the first one. It's better. It's a better movie than Super Mario Brothers is.
I just want to know when they're making the Micro Machines movie. That's what we need. The Micro Machines movie.
You know what I want to see? You know what? And I've said this multiple times. You know what I want to see? I want to see someone get the license and do a badass version of GoBots just to rub it in Michael Bay's face and be like, see, look. It can be done.
Like a really hardcore, serious, like very well made GoBots movie.
How crazy would that be? Because like that was the silliest fucking thing. Like it was nowhere on the same level.
Psychill's like voiced by like Jeremy Irons, you know.
But like, how would that even work? Like, the main bad guy is a motorcycle, and the main good guy is a fucking jet. Like, when they transform, they should have been like that.
And Eugene, what is the leader of the GoBots name?
Leader 1.
I love GoBots. It's so stupid.
They were stupid, but I did have some that I loved. There was one that was like a old style limousine, and when he transformed into a robot, he had a top hat. I was like, dude, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, Mario. I agree. Mario was good, but the Sonic movies were better. So like, it can be done. You can make video games and cartoons into decent movies. You just got to have the right people behind it. And I think this has a shot. But we'll see. Who knows? We may all go to the theater and be like, yeah, it was okay. But if it turned out to be awesome, I'll be like, I'm done. Yeah, I'm here. So
I'd like to share some more of my thoughts about the Micro Machines movie.
Okay.
We can't get the guy anymore because he passed away. Mm-hmm. But maybe we could get AI to recreate his voice. And you know how like some like Star Trek and X-Men movies, they had like this little exposition where like Xavier talks at the beginning of the movie over the credits. And it's like, mutants have been around for thousands of years and the world has changed and blah, blah, blah. And we're powerful and watch good stuff happen. It's fun. And then the X-Men movie starts, you know? Mm-hmm. You could do that with the Micro Machine movie, but he talks super fast. You wouldn't be able to understand anything he's saying, you know? But yeah, the cars have been shrinking. Nobody knows why. And, you know, and all this kind of stuff. And then like, you're like, okay, what? And the whole premise of the movie is cars are just shrinking and nobody understands why it's happening. And everything's just getting smaller. And you bring in the color changing cars and you bring in the Star Wars shrinking ones. You get all the licenses involved, you know, and I'm telling you, man, you have these little micro wars happening out in the public. People are like looking at these little like Star Wars TIE fighters and X-Wings.
Man. I'm getting what movie was that they did? Battleship. I'm getting Battleship vibes from this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Do you remember that episode where I had everyone like it was actually after Battleship came out, and I had everyone take a board game and do a movie pitch for it? And do you remember your movie pitch for Uno? That's still one of the best fucking things you've ever done.
Nick Offerman, Uno. Yes, I remember that.
There can only be one. But yeah, Luke said a Mask movie. Dude, a Mask movie could be awesome.
Oh, if you did it right and you said it,
cars transforming.
This is what I think. And I said this about Transformers and G.I. Joe. You should set these movies in a fictional 80s, and they should all be in the same universe. Like, you could do so many crossover tie-ins. Like, can you imagine how cool it would be? You could actually have the designs from the actual toys and cartoons and not have to like, oh, we got to have the new Chevy car. You know, who gives a shit about your new Chevy car? You know, do the real movie. That's why what was it? Bumblebee. That's why Bumblebee was so cool, because
Yeah.
they did the real stuff. It was like, finally, you know. But yeah, dude, a Mask movie. Masked Crusaders working overtime. Da, 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 da. Yes,
Dude,
I'm all about that. Yes.
Yeah, like, and like, let's not. It doesn't even have to. It doesn't even have to necessarily. We don't have to have a universe. If we just had a one-off movie, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Just so we can hear the mask or bring it back, dude. Yes. Like set it in the 80s.
There's some awesome ass cartoons that would be great movies. Fucking Centurions, dude, man.
Oh, Visionaries with the holograms.
Visionaries.
Yeah.
That
Air
would be
Raiders.
so badass.
Air Raid. Oh yeah. There's so many good ones from that time period. Oh my God, Voltron. Well, they're doing a Voltron movie now. So yeah.
Well, see, even if that one doesn't do great, the animated series that's on Netflix is everything I ever wanted for Voltron. Like, I'm at this point, if we get anything else that's great from Voltron, great. If we get something that sucks from Voltron, that's fine too. I'm okay, guys. I've got my thing. I'm good.
Luke said Voltron right when we said it, and he said Thundercats.
The
Thundercats
only
is
problem
one
about
that
Thundercats that how do you make them look decent? Like, that's
there's
such a tightrope to watch.
You could do it. You could do it. Absolutely, you could do it. You know, I mean, if they can do He-Man, they could do Thundercats. So
I just worry about the voice acting on that one as well.
Mum-Ra would be really cool. You know.
Yeah. So, all right. There was one other thing that I wanted to bring up, and it was actually another trailer that was posted. So we're going to watch that one real quick here. And just real quick. So you've never watched anything like all of the Clone Wars cartoons or anything like that, right?
I've seen clips, and
Okay.
I think I've seen a couple of episodes of some. I can't remember which ones, but no, I was never into the cartoon stuff. I
Okay,
just
fair
wasn't
enough.
into it. Yeah.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
I invite you to look more closely.
What are we dealing with?
Good question. And I offer you an opportunity.
Maul.
We have all been made to suffer. We survive, but do not live. The Emperor wants you dead. Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
And empires can be shattered.
Like, those cartoons added a bunch of stuff. This looks fantastic to me, number one. But if you don't know what happened to Maul, he becomes such an interesting character. It's one of those things that's like, everyone complained. We got this badass character and they killed him off in the first movie. He becomes such an interesting character in all these other stories because he basically, the Emperor basically just threw him away. Palpatine just threw him away. And when he survived, he claws his way back. And he never becomes a good guy. He's never on the side of good, but he's also trying to make everyone wake. He's like, you need to wake up to what's going on. This is the destruction of everything you know and love. And, I'm here to show you the way. He's, like I said, he's not a good guy, but like seeing him like turn and like, I'm like, the boys and I are like so psyched for this. I haven't even gotten caught up on a lot of the last several Star Wars things. Like I haven't watched Acolyte. I haven't watched Tales of the Dark Side, I think it is. There's a couple. I haven't watched the Skeleton Crew, and I've actually heard good things about Skeleton Crew. But yeah, like I got really invested in his story throughout Clone Wars and Rebels. That we already know how it ends because there's that very famous scene that went online of him and Obi-Wan having one final battle. So this is going to kind of fill in that space. And I'm wondering if this is where we're going to see where he ends up becoming the mob boss that's at the end of, what's it called? The Han Solo movie.
Yeah. Solo. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like, and this is obviously, Dave Filoni's work. Like he's the one that kind of helmed all this into being. And so I'm just like, yes, if this is what you're going to be giving us, I'm down for it. I'm 100% down for it. So
I want to say, since we're showing something with Darth Maul, Ray Park has been struggling with some personal issues. I think he's been falling back into some of his struggles with the alcohol.
Really, I hadn't heard that. That's sad.
Yeah, it's been really rough. And I hope he gets better and gets things figured out. I know it's been an ongoing problem. But we did have the pleasure of meeting Ray Park. And we got to, thankfully correct some stupid shit that was going on where people were fucking with him at a convention, and we got to set that straight a little bit.
You got to set that straight.
Well,
no. Okay, so I'm going to tell this story. So, shit, is that the only convention that you and I have ever been to together?
Yeah.
Fuck, we got to correct that. We have got to correct that. Anyway, so Cy and I think Chris was with us, and I can't remember, was Lou with us? I know there's like 3 or 4 of us, but we went to a convention.
Yeah. Chris was there. I don't think Lou was there.
Okay, so maybe it was just us 3. We went to a convention, and Ray Park was going to be there. And this is after obviously episode 1. Had all 3 of them concluded by that point? I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we go to this convention, and Ray Park. I don't think any of us went to go get something signed, but he did do a panel. And he gets up, and he's up there in front of the panel or whatever. And of course, everyone's like really excited to see him and everything. And panels are so hit and miss because you get some of the weirdest fucking people there that ask the most weird and crazy questions. And I always feel bad for some of the celebrities when they're just on episode 4 of season 6, you said that this happened, but it's like, dude, it's a thing. Like, no one fucking cares but you. But anyway. This girl gets up there, and I don't even remember exactly what she said, but it was definitely a put down of
I'll tell you what it was.
You remember? Okay, please do. Jump in.
He had been in a movie based on a Neo Geo game. Maybe it was King of Fighters or something like that. And so he was in that movie, and they had seen the movie and wanted to make sure everybody knew how terrible that movie was. And the question they asked him was he embarrassed that he was in that movie? That was what they asked him.
Okay.
They said, were you embarrassed that you were in such a terrible movie?
And I don't remember what his answer. His answer was very much like
he said, you never really know how these things are gonna go, and you hope for the best, and sometimes it turns out better than you think, and sometimes it doesn't really work out. But he said he was very proud of that movie and very happy to have been asked to be a part of it. And he was clearly upset by them saying that like that in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off.
Yes, it did, because my boy stood, we're all sitting there. My boy stands up, and I look at him, and I'm just like, where are you going? And he marches to the microphone. Do you remember what you said to him?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What did you say?
I said, first I apologized because I said I don't think it's right for people to for you to you gave us your time. You came to a convention like this for us, and I don't think it's right for people to treat you badly when you don't even have to come here. And I was like, I'm just some dude from Texas, and my opinion doesn't mean much, but I want you to know that all of us agree that you were the best thing in the Phantom Menace. You were the best thing.
Point, people were hooting and hollering and standing up and clapping. Like, he fucking led that in 100%. 100%.
Yeah. And he gave me the little nod, and I gave him the nod, and that's it.
And it was badass.
It was... fuck you if you're gonna, like, if somebody's gonna come to a convention in Texas and you're representing Texas and you're gonna fuck with a celebrity that comes to give. We didn't pay for this panel. Like, he literally just did it for free to give us his time. He wasn't out there making money on it. It wasn't like he was at a convention collecting $1 every time, or $20 every time somebody comes and stands next to him. This was him just giving himself. He did a full lightsaber demonstration with a kid. Like, and for these bitches to stand up and do that, it just really affected me. I was like, no. I'm not having this guy think I don't want to come back to Texas because they're a bunch of assholes in Texas. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna, no. Man, I looked right at those girls. I looked right at them when I got up there and I got done saying what I did, and they looked like they should have looked like they were like, really embarrassed. I'm like, good, fuck you. You don't ever come back to these ever. Yeah. Anyway,
I was very proud of you that day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Like, I don't remember the specifics, but I remember the thoughts and feelings. Like, I was just like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm so glad you got up and said something. Cause like, I could tell you were on a mission. When you stood up, I was just like, that's why I was like, dude, where are you going? Like, I could tell you were on a mission. Cause at first I was just like, please don't tell me Sai's about to go swing on this woman.
Well, I personally, one of the things I relate to Hannibal Lecter about is that he finds rudeness unspeakably ugly. I've always took that to heart. Maybe I shouldn't. He's a serial killer character. It's not probably the character you should try to think about in terms of like teaching a moral lesson or whatever. But it's something I've held on to. And when people are unnecessarily rude for their own satisfaction, like they're just being a dickhead so they can feel like they're some hot shit, it's like, no, buddy, we're not gonna do that. That's not gonna happen. So, it just really pissed me off because I'm like, I saw the look in his eyes when looked at Ray Park. I looked at the guy who was in Star Wars, who we all wanted more from. Everybody. This is before we had all the extra Darth Maul shit like what we just saw. We literally just had the Phantom Menace with Darth Maul, and that was it. So this is a guy that we all wanted more from, and you're going to do that to this guy? He did the G.I. Joe movies with a mask on that he never took off. Do you understand the amount of work he put into those fucking movies to keep a mask on the whole fucking time? You know what a big... Pedro didn't do that. Pedro had to have the helmet come off. Okay, it's a big thing to leave a mask on the whole time. The guy, what I'm trying to say is, Ray Park has never been accused of being an egomaniac. The guy gives a lot. He's not a perfect person. I acknowledge that when I'm mentioning the struggles that he's going through. But fuck, man, to do that to this guy, I was like, fuck you, man. If you're gonna fuck with somebody, fuck with Chevy Chase or somebody. Fuck with somebody who, somebody that has it coming.
Yeah, no shit. By the way, have you seen that? I haven't seen that documentary they came out with on him. Did you hear about that?
About what?
The Chevy Chase documentary.
Oh no.
Supposedly, like most everyone did not want to be on it, and apparently, and just from little clips I've seen, like he's a dick to the people doing the thing, and it's just like
I've heard that.
It comes across very much as, oh, I'm so much funnier, I'm so much further above you or whatever, that maybe when you get smart enough, you'll understand the humor and what I'm doing. It's like, no, dude, you're just a dick. And fucking everyone on Community thought you were a dick, and we're glad you were gone. And everyone you've ever worked with was like I heard a rumor somewhere or another. They were just like, I don't know if it was someone just putting the idea out there or someone mentioned it or whatever. But if you've ever watched Only Murders in the Building, it's oh God,
Steve Martin,
Martin Short, and Selena Gomez. And someone said, "Fucking do another Three Amigos with those three." And I was just like, I would watch that. I'd watch the fuck out of it. Just as a way to be like, hey, Chevy.
I think that Chevy Chase, his friends that like him that are in the business understand his personality in a way that other people don't. But he definitely comes across as a dickhead. He definitely does. Whether he is just a dickhead or he just maybe sometimes is a dickhead and sometimes he just comes across that way, I don't know. But definitely he has a reputation. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely does. So, by the way, if you never watched that Saturday Night Live movie, Saturday Night, that was done by Jason Reitman, dude, it is fantastic. I
heard it was good.
It is really good. So, all right. Well, I think that's about it. We're almost at a 2-hour mark. We probably should start wrapping up here, unless you want to keep going on and on about the Micro Machine movie.
Dude, I would love it. A Micro Machine movie. There's so many possibilities for this. You know, the people get shrunk inside the Micro Machines, and then they're fighting and.
That sounds like a fun movie you could watch with the kids, and then afterwards, yes, everyone and their brother's going to want to run to Walmart and buy. I think you just cracked that nut, dude. I think you just cracked that nut.
Well, they do call me the Nutcracker. No,
yeah, because that's how you could sell. Because it's all about selling the toys, but that's how you would sell the toys, man. That's how you would sell the toys.
I'm actually the only reason I want to make this movie is so I can buy these toys. That's really the only reason. Yes, and now I'll go on the Amazon and look at these Micro Machines. You sons of bitches!
I'm telling you, we need to do a show once a month where Sai set aside $50 or whatever, and we're just going to go. Me and everyone in the chat is going to figure out what it is we're going to try to convince you to buy.
Last Line has a good take on it. Micro Machines movie could be a mix of Toy Story and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So Micro Machines Revolution starts here. Don't forget who brought it to you.
Thank you, Tricom. You get credit for it. The first name in the opening credits, Tricom 79.
Yeah. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our social media stuff. Cyrus, where can we find you online?
I can't do the Micro Machine voice. Superman Graphics 64, Superman Graphics 64 Plus.
Hell yeah.
I thought about was thinking about doing another channel, and I'm like, I can't do any more channels. That's too many channels.
No, just stuff it. Whatever it is, if it's video game related, it will fit on one of your two channels. Now, if you're wanting to do a Micro Machines thing, then maybe.
No, it's not Micro Machines, although that's interesting. I was going to do a channel for Jon Snow.
No, you got to get that mixed in with the rest of the stuff. Got to bump these numbers, son. You got to bump these numbers. Those are rookie numbers, man. Come on.
You got to get those numbers up. All right.
Hell yeah. Absolutely, man. Dude, I'm telling you, if I could figure out a way that I could have my keyboard and my mouse like up underneath my desk, it just would not work. But if I could do that, I would allow the cats to come in here, and I think it would be helpful for my stream because I have my one girl in particular. She likes to walk back and forth and everything else, but she doesn't understand you can't walk on this. Everything else is game, but not the keyboard.
It has little pads that are perfect for the little paws.
The toe beans fit all over the keyboard to close windows and open up stuff. And I'm just like, what did you click? So
I wanted to tell you something that I forgot to tell you. And
what's that?
I want to tell you now because I think it would be fun for you to, if you want to pull this up on the stream before you end the show.
Okay, what am I pulling up?
Have you ever watched a YouTuber named Papa Pete?
I don't think so.
So he's the guy that I'm doing the golf league, the Intellivision Golf League with. Papa Pete and I've been friends for a long time, several years. And he recently, on his last live stream, changed his intro, and it's a song that I gave him, and it's set to an AI video that features him and a bunch of people that do the show, but it has something that you might find very funny.
Okay, how do you spell it? Because I'm obviously not spelling it correctly.
Papapete, Papa Pete.
Okay. Okay, so we got Papa Pete, and you said it's the most recent video?
Stream.
The most recent stream. Okay. Let's see here. So live.
He has a cat named Coco, and that's why I was remembering this, because we're talking about cats.
Okay,
Coco's a big.
Let's see if this is it real quick. Share this tab instead. All right, and we'll click on here. Is this it?
How long is this one?
It is. He did it 2 days ago, and it's an hour and 42 minutes.
Hit play. I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see here. Is it playing? Yeah,
You'll
it's
know.
playing. Okay.
You'll know like right away, or I'll know.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I think I see.
It's just this intro. Don't worry about the rest of the show.
In the glow of the screen, his kingdom shines. Pixelated worlds crossing space and time. From Intellivision.
What did he do this on?
I don't know. He didn't do it. A friend of his did it named Slappy. Slappy Marsden did this. And I did the song. I sent him the song.
With a beer in his hand, wisdom in his grin, he plays the game. He always wins.
Man, I want a beer.
That's a big cat.
Canadian heart, a hero's creed. He's the best, the one we need. Coco leaps like a shadow, sleek and sly, guarding treasures, her emerald eyes. Cartridges stacked like a treasure trove. Papa Pete's legacy, the stories he wove. He cracks a joke.
Now, this is some good use of AI.
I mean, if AI is done right, it's really cool. Papa Pete, the old gamer. The ending is perfect, so make sure don't stop it.
I'm not.
I'm drinking a Voodoo Ranger hard iced tea. Nice. Dude, I could use a drink. Tomorrow morning, I don't know if I can get drink in the morning, but anyway, I'm gonna get some tomorrow.
The one we need.
Pete is a great dude. He is an awesome guy. And I'm very humbled that he would include me in his channel in such a way. So
That's hilarious.
Before he put it up, I'll tell you this. Before the show, that's the first time he's ran that. And before he did it, he called me and he goes, I want to show you something. And you tell me if you have any problem with this and if you like it. And if you like it, then I want to put it on the show. But if there's any reason that you're uncomfortable, please tell me and I won't do
that's
this.
a good guy.
He's a good, really good guy. And he showed it to me and I laughed my ass off. And I said, 1 billion% yes. And so I'm very flattered, and he's a good friend. He's a good friend of mine. So anyway, I thought you might enjoy that.
Oh, I did enjoy that. That was awesome. I may have to show that to the boys and be like, see, look, I guess I need to pay for more AI so that I can do better versions. So that was great. Absolutely. Real quick, so you can find us here at Epically Geeky. But tomorrow night we're going to be on Cyrus's channel playing some N64 games, or at least an
Nintendo.
N64
It's called Nintendo.
Nintendo. And what is it we're probably going to be playing there?
Doom, 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 doom.
Hell yeah. The reason why Cyrus and I lost credits in college.
I think between Mario Kart and GoldenEye, that's pretty much it. There's really not. I mean, guys, when I say that, that's not an exaggeration. Like, I legit skipped classes. We skipped classes to play fucking Nintendo 64. Like, that's never happened since.
Nope.
It's never happened before.
Nope.
It's just the Nintendo 64 that this happened.
Yep.
So
because I never like, the only reason I quit a class later on in life was for other reasons. Like maybe something came up and I couldn't get to, like, I was working late and couldn't go to another class or whatever. No, I fucking had an easy ass art class and I had to drop that like a hot potato because I was like, oh, I'm totally going to fail because I haven't been there. So yeah, there's some good stories coming out there. So I skipped a couple of classes too to play Halo on Xbox. You are not the only person I know who has made that comment. I never had an Xbox, the original Xbox, but I know plenty of people that are just like, yeah, N64 didn't get me. It was Halo. Halo's
the original Halo on the original Xbox. I didn't have an Xbox, but my cousin and Manon did, and we played the shit out of that.
Dude, like if you, I mean, it was after our time being in college, but like college dorms, when they're like, wait a minute, you can network these sons of bitches and play Halo multiplayer? Like, dude, that was the jam back then. I remember people talking about it, man. That was awesome. So, and then you can follow my individual wacky adventure online at Optimus Gene, mainly on Instagram. I mean, I lurk on Facebook from time to time. So mainly looking at stuff that I shouldn't be buying. That's the only thing I do is occasionally I'm just like, is there anything local here I need to buy? And you know what? It keeps showing me for whatever reason, and I can't seem to get the algorithm to understand I don't want these things. It keeps showing me CRT TVs because I clicked on one time. It keeps showing me model railroad stuff because I clicked on one time, and I don't even know how I got and dresses, and I'm like, what? Like video games? I understand. Transformers, I understand. Ghostbusters, I understand because I have looked up and been like, because my friend Bev has bought several things on the cheap looking up. Like, it's crazy. Like, wouldn't it be nice to have enough money you can just buy stuff for like a party and then just get rid of it? Like, oh, I bought this $250 12-foot inflatable Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I used it for the party. I don't need it anymore. I'm selling it online for $100. Like, that literally happened.
It's a world we don't know about.
No, absolutely. Because actually, when Bev went to go buy it, she's like, "Oh, why are you buying this?" She goes, "Oh, well, I'm part of the Austin Ghostbusters. We're a charity group. We do conventions and stuff." And she goes, "Oh, that's so cool. You know what? You can just have it. $250 inflatable." She just gave her for nothing because she's like, "Oh, yeah, because y'all are gonna use it for good stuff. That's great." And I'm just like, "Boy, that must be nice." So,
the moral of the story is make friends with rich people.
No shit. So I set up with Quake 2 on LAN in MCC class. Good time.
Oh my God. Back in the day, I played Quake 2 online and it was shit. Like the connection was terrible. I don't know what kind of way we were connecting, but it was bad. But Yeah. Quake 3, on the other hand, that was some fun shit.
Hell yeah.
It's even good on Dreamcast. Quake 3 is badass.
Yeah.
Anyway. Did
All
you
right,
thank
guys.
everybody?
You know what? I have not done that yet. So let's thank everyone in the chat. We had Trichome here. We had The Last Line going back through here. Born Distracted showed up. I was glad you came, man. Luke's Awakening here. Gave us some good information. Let's see. Like I said, Born Distracted. I know my boy showed up here. Wolfus for just half a second. I think that's everyone. Well, PJ Smith was here earlier on. Yeah.
Yes.
So, but yeah. So once again, thanks everyone that joins us, because it's always fun having everyone in the chat, to throw out your ideas and comments and stuff. So, because it's just as much your show as it is ours. So always glad y'all are here. We will talk with you later. And one other last minute thing. Sai's got something starting up next week. So we may or may not have an episode just so that we can kind of move stuff around, but we'll probably going to have to move this show to a different night. I'm thinking maybe Tuesday nights, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I can do Tuesday. We'll do Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah. Since it's only a few days away from now, we'll probably skip next week and then maybe catch up the week after.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Because the weather also could be, who knows what's going to happen. We're having
no shit.
Ice-mageddon in Texas. So
no shit. All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Make sure to check out epicallygeeky.com, where you can find all of the shows that we do, including the Epically Geeky Show, Marginally Geeky Book Club, Creatively Geeky, Sustainably Geeky, EG Live, and EG Gaming. But before you do, make sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube. And if you're a person with a human-style body, why not head over to our TeePublic store and grab a t-shirt, hat, shorts, or whatever else they sell to cover that body. You can find the link in the show notes. And thanks for supporting us here at Epically Geeky. See you next time.
What's the twist? What's the score?